Good morning, everybody. My name is Lainey, and this is Camp Joy Farms. Welcome this morning. I wanted to go over a little subject this morning that is just special to my heart. The other night, I watched a video of You've Got Mail, that movie that everybody loves with Meg Ryan and Tom Hanks. And I just love that video because it shows the special feeling that people get when someone contacts them, when someone wants to talk just to them, when someone listens just to them. And it's just a cute movie about how they feel when they get on their computer and they tap the buttons and it says, "You've got mail." And I was thinking about that this week because I love going to the post office. And when I open my post office box and I see something thick in there and rolled up and shoved in, it's a catalog. And this time of year, it's usually a seed catalog. And I love seed catalogs. And I'll come out to the car and I tell my husband, "I got another seed catalog." And he rolls his eyes. He's like, "Oh no," because he knows that means I'm going to be ordering seeds. And he's right. I'm going to be ordering seeds. I love seeds. I'm a seed fanatic. I can't help it. I love them. I order them. I study them. I love to go to co-ops. I've got a co-op shirt on right now from Carthage, Mississippi, where I went to I don't remember, Elite County Co-op is what it was, but I don't remember, it had a different name. But I love going to co-ops in different parts of the country and the state, and I always go to their seed section. I usually have most of the seeds because that's what happens when you collect a lot of seeds. You end up having a lot of seeds. But, I can always buy another pack. And what happens when you plant big gardens is you use a lot of seeds. So you're always kind of needing to replenish those bought seeds. And I also save seeds. I've been doing a really good job of saving seeds, and I'm proud of that. And it's become a kind of a passion to learn to save seeds. But I'm mostly doing the saving seeds and the buying seeds so that I will have a lot of seeds for the future, for food production, for sustainability, just to make sure. To me, it's like money in the bank. And these days, I would almost just as soon buy seeds as to put money in the bank. So that's my opinion. I look at it as an investment. I'm earning next to nothing on my savings in the bank, but a seed, one seed you can put in the ground and get meals out of it if it grows to fruition. And then when you're talking about a whole pack of seeds of 40 to 200 to 500 seeds, the amount of food that produces is so much more valuable to me than the money that I would put in the bank and earn, 3 cents after 3 months. It's a no-brainer to me. But I do love seeds. I love to study about them. I love to look for varieties that I haven't found before. And I know right now, if people watch this video, there's a lot of people that's going to be saying, "Oh, she's speaking to me," because that's just the way it is when you get into gardening and things like that. You just kind of love to find seeds. And I love when these catalogs come in the mail. This week, I was so happy when I opened it, and I got the newest Baker Creek seed catalog. I'm so proud of it. Baker Creek puts out just a coffee table type catalog every year. It's big, it's beautiful. The pictures in it are beautiful. It's just magnificent, and it's a work of art each year. I started getting it 2 years ago. My first seed catalog was this beautiful one from 2020, and I was hooked at that point. Now, they do charge for their catalog. However, the very first year that I got this one in 2020, they had ran some type of special where I don't remember if they were giving it away with a seed order, which, hey, I was all about that, or if they were just taking it orders for free. But I remember I didn't have to pay that first year. I had seen on another website or YouTube channel where someone had said that they got complaints sometimes because Baker Seed charged for their catalog. And so I remember thinking when I saw that promotion of getting it free, wow, they normally charge and they're giving it free. So, of course, I put my name in the hat and got it in the mail. But I would have paid for it. I'm pretty sure I paid for last year's. This is their 2021 catalog. If you see scribble marks on my catalogs, that's because I babysat my grandchild for a couple of years. And I would bring these catalogs with me to look at during the day when I was babysitting him. And I would just let him take a little pen and play in them. I felt like, better than a color book. This is pictures of vegetables, pictures of food. And as he would flip and color, because all he was interested in really doing was coloring, but as he would flip through it, I would say, "Ooh, look at peppers. Ooh, look at tomatoes," and maybe some of that stuck. Maybe he remembers that time with Grandma looking and doing that. This year's catalog, another beautiful cover, another beautiful catalog. The back is beautiful as well. They just do such a good job with their catalogs. They're out of Mansfield, Missouri. I believe this catalog was around $12 or $12.95. I put in a pre-order months ago for it. Whenever they first start putting it together and getting it ready for printing, they take pre-orders. And I'm sure that offsets the cost of the catalogs. And so that's what I do. As soon as that email comes out every year, I just go ahead. For $12, that's $1 a month to give me so much joy and satisfaction. And I read them cover to cover. I'm not as big on flowers yet. Maybe I'll evolve into that later. I do have some flowers because you need pollinators and you need bees around and stuff. So I do plant some flowers, but I'm not as big into flower production like some people may be. So I do skip some pages because I don't read all in depth about flowers, but I do read in depth about every vegetable that they offer. I get to know them, and I've bought seeds from them, and they seem to do great. They have some Kintair beans. I say Kintari. I don't know which way you're supposed to say it, but it might be Kintair. That were one of the most beautiful snap beans I've ever seen. And I grew them a couple of years ago. Well, last spring. Seems like a long time ago. And they were just gorgeous. I've grown a lot of different green beans, and for one of them to just come out and me think, gosh, this is a gorgeous bean, that's very, very beautiful. And it was very productive. So I turned around and bought some more seeds. I didn't end up saving any seeds from the original packet. I ordered more, but that's okay. You can do that too. I'm not going to stress over things. I love to order seeds, and I love to support these companies. It's not all about just buying one pack and never ordering again because you save. That's fine. If you do save, that's fine. And if you need to save the money, that's fine. But I also like to kick a little order to some of them every year just to help them stay in business, because I love it that they're there and I want them to be around for a long time to come. And if you want people to be around, you have to support them. So that's this is Baker Creek. I hope you think about ordering from them. And please know I have no affiliation with any of these companies that I'm talking about. I'm a brand new account. I hardly have any subscribers. I have no affiliation. So this is all just coming from my heart to you to give you some suggestions. One of them that I ordered from last year was the first time I had ever ordered, and I got a copy of their catalog. It's called Fedco. And some of these companies have been around a long time, so people watching this might think, well, gosh, they've been around forever and you just discovered them. Well, yeah, I did, because I used to be working all the time, and I wasn't into gardening, so I didn't do a lot of research on companies and things like that. I'm kind of a newborn in all this. So yes, I'm discovering companies that may have been around a long, long time, but they're coming across my radar. And if I get an opportunity to request a catalog, I do it. And I enjoy Fedco's catalog. They're real big into different philanthropic, I guess, endeavors. They support a lot of indigenous growers and things like that. And so if you want to help support things like that, you can order from Fedco. They mark in here which seeds are from indigenous growers. There's several different things that they give royalties to in here to help preserve some of these strands of varieties that might be lost if they didn't do it. So I commend them for that. They are out of Clinton, Maine. There's a lot of seed companies from up in the Maine area, up in the Northeast. And I think that's great. So Fedco is up there. What I like about it, it's a black and white catalog. It doesn't have all the color photographs like Baker Creek, but they do a lot of writing about their products, a lot of paragraphs and paragraphs of writing about that product. So when you're looking through it, you learn a lot. You learn, and they might even say in there, and I do appreciate this, especially from a catalog coming out of Maine, they might say in there that this particular variety of bean is really just good for the North. It doesn't tend to do well in the South. Well, I appreciate that because I'm from South Louisiana, We have a completely different climate from in Maine and from most parts of the country. So if I can find a catalog that is honest with me and that tells me this variety just may not work in a coastal community, I appreciate that. And I'll buy one of the varieties that says it might, and I'll skip over the one that doesn't want to grow in South Louisiana. So check them out if you can. Their name is Fedco. I'll try to put a link at the bottom of this video of the websites of all of these companies so that you can get on their websites and ask them for a catalog if they have one this year. One of the main catalogs that a lot of people get and know about is from Johnny's Seeds. And Johnny's Seeds is from Winslow, Maine. They're a very, very well-known company. They not only sell seeds, but they sell a lot of tools that go with seed production, a lot of tools that are really built and designed for market gardeners. Elliott Coleman has a lot of designs that Johnny's carries. I bought a tilther the other day, which is a little machine that's used to work the top 2 or 3 inches of soil, especially if you're in a greenhouse and you don't want a big tiller coming in there. You can't get your tractor in there anymore. The tilther will go in and work your organic soil into your regular soil every time you need to change beds and things like that. And I did order one of those the other day when it was on sale. I checked back a day or so ago and it had went back up to regular price. So I'm glad I got it when I did. But Johnny's, of course, they have lots of photographs. They have lots of photographs of the vegetables and everything in there. And they give a lot of information on each vegetable. But at the beginning of each section about each vegetable, they do what they call a culture section. Excuse me. And they'll tell, like this says microgreens. And it gives a long article about how to grow microgreens. Just lots of different things. If you're going to use transplants, if you're going to use direct seeding, which for microgreens, it's direct seeding. But just say it's tomatoes or whatever. It'll tell you the best ways to grow them, from transplants, from direct seeding, the pH that your soil needs to be, just everything like that. And to me, the Johnny's catalogs, this is last year's and this is this year's. My first year's catalog that I got from them, I actually cut into pieces because I took those pieces and put in a binder of the things I was growing. Got real in-depth that year. I don't do that all the time now. But Johnny's catalogs are not just pretty. They're not just, go through it and pick out a pack of seeds. They are very informative, and they become like a reference book. And you don't want to get rid of these catalogs when you have them. Keep them year to year. Their varieties don't change a whole lot. They do change, so obviously each catalog is valuable, but they don't change a whole lot. What is so valuable is the information in there. And they sell like drip tape and the fittings for drip tape and things like that. And as a matter of fact, I need a new roll of drip tape right now, so I'm fixing to get on Johnny's and look through that and price it and everything. But they sell so many things like that, and they sell a lot of things that are for greenhouses. So check out Johnny's. It is so interesting. A new one that I had last year is called Territorial Seeds. They're out of Cottage Grove, Oregon. They do a lot of growing of their own seeds through them and contract growers. And this catalog is just very, very good. And I ordered a pretty big order out of their catalog. And I haven't grown everything that I ordered. That's the problem I have. I order things, but I can't grow it all out in 1 year. I do have a pretty big backlog right now of things, but I do end up using them over time. Eventually, I will grow every seed packet that I order. It's just I have to use a different strategy sometimes because of this and that. So just because I order a seed doesn't mean it's going to go in that year, but that's okay. It's seeds will stay good for a long time. You just store them right, and take care of them, and they'll stay good for a long time. This is Seed Savers, Seed Exchange, the last catalog that I got from them. I believe this is a 2021. I hope, yeah, it is. And I hope I get their 2022. I'm pretty sure I signed up for it. They're out of Decorah, Iowa. They've been in existence for a while. They are very much dedicated to saving varieties so that they don't go extinct. And when I order things from catalogs like them, and I can say the same thing about the Southern Exposure Seed Exchange out of Mineral, Virginia, Annie's Heirloom Seeds. I've made a good order out of Annie's several times. What I can say about them and other seed catalog companies is they are very committed to keeping varieties from going extinct. And they try to build up a good seed bank of these seeds. And when you order them, you need to keep that in mind, because I feel like it's entrusting something to me when I get online or when I send in a written order, and you order an heirloom seed from someone who tells you that this seed, was in danger at one point of not being passed on from generation to generation. Okay, if you order that seed and you plant it and it grows, hopefully, and gives you some product, some food to put in your pantry, that's great. But if you don't save any of the seeds, then the line stops with you. So it's when I do order from these heirloom seed companies, I try to remind myself of that. I have a little spreadsheet where I keep up with all my seeds, and I always put on there whether it's heirloom or not. And those are the seeds that I intentionally try to save. I didn't do it, like I said, with the Qatar seeds from Baker Creek last year, and I regret that. And I ordered some more. But I am going to try to save them from here on out. Not just to make it where you don't have to order anymore, but to make it where that seed can continue and continue. It's just so easy to save seeds. I always thought it was just, I don't know what I thought, but it's not that hard. There are probably some that are. Some of the little tiny smaller seeds may be just harder to deal with. But I'm going to learn. I'm going to teach myself all of that. But the larger seeds are so easy to save, especially from things like cowpeas, which are like your black-eyed peas and things like that. Those are so easy to save. They will sit on the vine, and in just a very short amount of time, they dry really easy. And you can just shell them out and save them. Let them sit on your counter in a little dish for a few weeks just to make sure they're really dried out. And then there you are. You can turn around and plant them again that fall, that next spring, and just perpetuate those crops. As I said, Annie's. And I looked through here. I've ordered several times from Annie's, but I looked through here a while ago, and there's a lot of things I have circled that I didn't order, and they must have struck me. So I'm going to go back through that, and I might end up making another order from Annie's. Online, even though I get catalogs, sometimes it's just, you get an email saying if you order online right now, you get 25% off of your whole order and things like that. So, why not take advantage of that if you were going to order something out of the catalog anyway? And Annie's is very good about that. They do put on the website a lot once you're on their mailing list. They may have 25% off of everything in their product line. They might have 50% off of all fall crops, later in the season, 50% off of all spring crops or whatever. So it's just a wonderful thing to do. Southern Exposure Seed Exchange is a very good company. Mineral, Virginia. Check the links at the bottom of my video, and if you can, sign up for their catalogs. This is one that I just got an order from last year. I just found them on the internet, made an order. I don't know if I signed up for the catalog or they automatically sign you up when you make an order, but they're from New Gloucester, Maine, another Maine catalog, Pine Tree. And I ordered some different things. I can't remember what I ordered out of here. I think I ordered a Scarlet Ojo turnip. I believe it's from Pine Tree. And if it was, I did grow it last year and it came out great. This is a company called Park Seed. They're pretty well known. They do a lot of marketing and things like that from Greenwood, South Carolina. They liked me so much, they sent me 3 catalogs last year. Well, 2 last year and 1 from the year before. Their catalog is not huge, but it has a lot of different things in it. And I've made several orders from Park. I ordered some Yaya carrot seeds from them, some eggplant, some patio eggplant seeds from them. I haven't grown those yet, but I'm going to do seed starting this year, An eggplant is one of those things that it's good to do from a start, from a transplant. Instead of just putting a seed in the ground and trying to grow an eggplant plant in the ground, it's usually always better to start them as a transplant. So I haven't really done that before. So this year I'm going to try to do that. By January to February, I'm going to start putting out some seeds under my grow lights and see if I can do that. I put in a request the other day for a catalog from a company called Twilly. This is what they sent me, their 2022 catalog. It looks to be very interesting. I've already put a few little pages down. Now you fold the edge of the page down to mark things. I haven't made an order yet, but I will because that's what I do. So at some point I will order from Twilly. And I saw a video of another, maybe a prepper, I can't remember who it was, who had the catalog like this and had mentioned something about it, and I had never heard of the company, so I ordered it. They're out of Hodges, South Carolina. Seems like a lot of companies are out of Maine or South Carolina, or Iowa. There's a lot of seed growing in those areas, and that's wonderful. The thing with the new companies is, with Twilly, I know nothing about them. I just told you where they were from, but other than that, I know nothing about them. But when you take a catalog like this, and you go sit in a chair on an evening when you don't have anything to do, and you just sit there and read the catalog from cover to cover, and you read about all the plants, and you read about their company, and even just the way they word things and the way they talk about their shipping and different things like that, you start to get a feel of who you're dealing with, of whether you're dealing with just some kind of anonymous corporation or whether you're dealing with a family company who wants your business. And if you end up dealing with a company like that, if you see that they're a good company, a company that cares, then send them an order. Just try it. See how their customer service is. See how their order ships. See if you get it quick, and if they're appreciative of your order, and just support these companies. Another one that I haven't ordered from yet, but I did get their catalog, and they're out of Rochester, New York, is Heirloom Seed Company. I believe they're pretty well known in their area, and I'm sure people order lots of things out of here from them. So I'm probably going to give them a try too. I have also some pages turned down in here, so there's obviously things I saw in here that I liked a lot. If I was to go through those pages and look real quick, I could probably tell you real quick what I saw. I don't necessarily always circle it, but I do put the pages down, and I'll come back later and look at them. So Heirloom Seeds Company out of New York. So there are a lot of other people that I order seeds from too, sometimes just online, that don't offer catalogs. It's not always possible for every company to put together a catalog. It's a labor-intensive project. I'm sure that it's some upfront printing cost that not every company, or especially maybe even a small family-owned business, can do. But for those companies that can, they have maybe the means to do a catalog, even if it's not very thick. But they think that, well, because of online things nowadays, they don't need to do it. I would beg to differ with that. I would tell those companies that catalogs are invaluable. They're invaluable to me. I love getting them. I feel like when I see things on the internet about those companies, if I'm sitting there having one of their catalogs and I see something about them, or I hear about them on someone else's website, I think to myself, like their family, like, oh, I know them. I've got their catalog, and I know where they're from. And, oh, I've got their seeds in my seed box. And, oh, I grew this variety or that variety from them, and they have good seeds, and you start to get to know them. You don't always feel that way about just someone you ordered from off the internet. And so I've even heard some different people that own seed companies say at certain points, it's just not worth it. We're not going to do a catalog. It's just not worth it. It's a lot of work, and we don't feel it's worth it. And I just want to give them my opinion as a buyer, as someone who buys seeds, who loves seeds. I love catalogs, and I would love it if you would put out a catalog. I would love it if I could put a request in for a catalog or get one from you when I order, because I love having those, and I use them as references, and I go back to them time after time. If I order a packet of seeds Yes, it does come with some information on it, but sometimes the catalog has more information. And so it's good to be able to go back and pick up those catalogs and look up that green bean that you're fixing to buy, because you can't remember whether you should harvest it at 5 to 5.5 inches or whether it'll stay tender till 8 inches, and sometimes it doesn't say that on the seed packet. It just tells you when to plant it, but it doesn't tell you how big it's supposed to be. It doesn't tell you maybe on the seed packet that it's light green in the beginning, but it darkens to a beautiful green before you harvest it. Things like that your catalogs do, and they describe things like that to make it more marketable to you. But it also helps you when you're going to harvest it. If there's a bean that doesn't do well for canning, it doesn't say that on the seed packet. It just tells you how deep to plant it and when to plant it. But it might tell you in the catalog that the bean is not good for canning, but it's great for fresh eating and things like that. Well, that's a good thing to know before you take your whole batch of beans and try to can them, only to find out that they didn't do good and that you wasted your time and your product because you spent so much time growing. So that's my opinion. I know that there's people that love getting mail. They love getting email. I love getting seed catalogs. I love things like that. I will keep them. I will treasure them and I'll pass them on to other people if they want to look at them. How do you feel about it? If you happen to be watching this video, put in our comments and just let me know. What do you think about seed catalogs? Do you love getting them? Do you feel that urge to just rush home and hurry up and get everything done so that you can sit in a chair and read your seed catalog? How do you feel about them? I would just love to hear from other people. I'll thank you for watching this video. I'm Lainey from Camp Joy Farms. I'll be going outside soon to do some things because it's beautiful weather here in South Louisiana. But I wanted to do this one today sitting inside because it seems like this last couple of weeks when I go to my mailbox, I've got a seed catalog, and that makes me so happy. And I hope it makes you happy too. You have a great day and enjoy it. And have a happy Thanksgiving. Goodbye. Just wanted to give a quick update to my video that I just made. I went to the post office and opened my box and had another seed catalog. So I'm so very happy. It's from a company called Heirloom Seed Company. It's out of Canton, Ohio. This is my first catalog to get that is for commercial growers. I've officially registered our business name as Camp Joy Farms here in Louisiana. And this is the first catalog that's specifically for commercial growers. So I will be poring over it with a fine-tooth comb. I will be comparing prices and varieties to the things that I can get at co-ops around here. I love to shop local co-ops if I can, but I will be open to ordering from anywhere. And I am so excited about it. It's colorful. It's beautiful. This cover is beautiful. And I appreciate them sending it to me. And I'll definitely give them a shot when it comes time to ordering seeds. So hope you enjoy some catalogs this winter and get ready for spring.